Hi, everybody. Welcome. Oh, I'm late again. Let me fix my shade. Can you guys hear me? Hi, how are you? Happy Saturday. How's your day going? Guys, this hair, I think I need a new hairdo. Oh my gosh. What's up? How are you? We're coming live from Maryland. How are you guys? I'm always fidgeting. But how about that speech? Hey, we're live. We're live. I made it here. I'm waiting for my co-panelists. While we wait on that, let's do our routine. We're gonna check to see if we're live on all platforms. Currently, you can watch us on YouTube. So if you're not um able to catch us on here, you can catch us on YouTube. So I'm gonna check to see if we're actually live on here. Okay. Okay. How was your Saturday going? Mine was busy. I was doing these days, I set a routine where I have to do everything on Saturday. So that way I don't have to do anything on Sunday. So here we are. Happy Saturday. Happy almost end of the year. I mean month. Ooh. Welcome guys. We are live on our Facebook page currently. Yes, yes, yes. I see one share already. Who was that? One person's watching, guys. Let's keep this up. If you can't hear me, please, please, please let me know. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let's check the other page. We're live on Feedpency. Let's check. One person is watching. Who's watching? Who is watching me? Say something, please. I beg you. It just feels weird when someone's watching and they're not talking to you. But welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. As always, I am your host. Um, sorry, guys, I got distracted. All right, so let's check. I'm being nosy. I got distracted. You caught me in being nosy. Nosy, nosy. This social media business, yeah, like I'm becoming a mama for you. Y'all welcome, guys. Come and chat with me. We are live on um Let's Talk with Miss Fee. That is our official page. So I'm excited that we can go live on that page now. So here we go. We're gonna check YouTube real quick to see if we are live on there. And then guys, you gotta start sharing the show. Share, share, share. Someone told me, so guys, my birthday's coming up. So someone told me they were like, "Oh, your birth." Someone DM me and was like, "Hey, I saw that you posted your birthday's coming." Yes, February 10th, 2/10/24. Birthday is coming. Guys, if you know me and you know me very well, I do not play about having a birthday. Okay? I don't play about it. It's very, very important that I keep bugging your timeline about my birthday. It's just, and the whole of February. So if you think it was just be that day, I'm sorry. You got to deal with me for the rest of February. But shout out to all my January Aquarius. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, I forgot. Someone's birthday is coming up. Barry's birthday is coming up actually. Um, let's see. Guys, are we live? Are we live on YouTube? I'm trying to check to see if I'm live on YouTube. Um, guys, I only have 2 subscribers on YouTube. Y'all need to change that stuff. My birthday's coming up. Y'all need to change it. You need to change it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Happy Saturday. I need y'all to fix it. I only have one person, 2 subscriber. What's up with that? Y'all don't like me? I get pretty up every night to come see you guys Saturday night. Y'all don't like me? I don't do too much with the makeup, but your girl's trying. I do my own makeup. Y'all don't like me? Should I bring my bold attitude? Joyce, hey, 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 ma. Hey, I need to call you again. You're taking care of me or I'm taking care of you. Hey, Sensei. You know what? I think I remember you now. I remember you. I saw you at the airport, right? I think we met at the airport when my son was trying to take your food. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh man. See, I'm terrible with the phone. Joyce, how are you? How's my son? Shout out to all my January birthday. Guys, if you hear something falling, that's my computer bag just fell. But we're live on all of our platforms. So now it's time for us to share, guys. Share the live. Share the live. My very own baby L had a birthday, guys. We had let's just name all the birthday in January. Okay. Starting with number one. Number one, we had Emmanuel. He's my nephew. He had a birthday on, let's see if I remember this correctly, guys, in order. He had his birthday on January 11. Shout out to him. We're still celebrating. Happy birthday. And then second birthday was my brother Mark. He had a birthday on January 16. Shout out to him. He's an old man now. And then on I need to make sure I remember this. January 20th, my nephew King had his birthday. Shout out to him. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. We're still celebrating in January until it's done. Until we cross over into February, my month, we're going to celebrate all the Aquarius, okay? Y'all can go argue with your ancestor on that one. And then we had a birthday on the 23rd. We had our own co-host, Andrew Don. He had a birthday. Shout out to you. We're still celebrating. Happy birthday to you. And then on the 25th was my brother-in-law, Big Elton. Okay, guys, I'm going to say 2 Elton here. First one, Big Elton. Shout out to you, brother. Happy birthday to you. And then we have, guys, the panelists are joining. Oh, it's our co-host. Let's add him. What's up? What happened to the light again?
Yeah, different background because where I usually sit, we have guests there today.
Oh,
They
okay.
came, yeah, they came to my colleague here, a workmate came to see him. There's some friends, so the place noisy, so I have to, relocate myself to another place that I could be able to join the show. That's the reason why you see the light here is so poor, and you
No
wouldn't see.
worries.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
No worries.
Probably if
Welcome.
the light
I'm
is
just
so crazy, then I will just speak using. I'll be off the camera and just be talking.
okay. We'll accept that, okay? For tonight.
So
Just for,
I have to be on camera.
you know I'm naming all the birthday people for the month. Fantad, the show tonight. So typically on here, we have a new viewer. Her name is Fantad. So I'm gonna put you up there. So she said, so what? So what the show is about is my first time. Well, first of all, welcome and thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you supporting us. On here we talk all things relationship, uh, basically, which we discuss thought provoking topics that are kind of controversial on that end. And tonight specifically, we're talking about cohabitating. Our goal is to make, well, I'm just gonna say our goal is to make marriage normal in society for younger folks because the idea that marriage is just something bad, it's something that we're trying to kind of like change that by sharing our personal opinions on thought provoking topics. So I'm glad that you're joining tonight. We typically will take I have few panelists that will join us tonight. So we typically talk about things that we have experienced, or sometimes we may just give our opinion on topics. We're not really experts. Everybody on this show actually have different backgrounds, and my background specifically is in healthcare. We have ITs, we have therapist. I think we have social worker as well that also join our show, professional as well. But we don't really talk about our professions. We're just basically sharing our topic. I hope that answer your question, and we hope you continue to share. We also take topics from our audience, and we also you can also join our live stream if you're interested in the topic and there's something you want to add, but if you don't want to, that's fine. You can also share your thoughts and opinion in the comment section, and we're here to learn from each other as well. So welcome, 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 welcome. All right, guys, I'm gonna go back to our birthday while we wait for the rest of the panelists to show up. We're gonna start exactly at 9 o'clock. Welcome our new friends, Fanta Shakur. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys. So I stopped on Elton, Big Elton. His birthday was on the 25th. Happy birthday. Shout out to you for still celebrating. We're in the spirit of birthday. And then on the 26th, the coolest, calmest, sweetest baby you will ever dream about. If you don't have babies, I promise you to pray that your baby come out like baby L. I wish I could share his picture with you. Oh my God. But my nephew, he's amazing. When he was a baby, I literally was pregnant with his cousin, my daughter, and I love him being around because he's so cuddly and so sweet and calm. And his mommy is a hater because she's not an Aquarius. Mm. But he had a birthday on the 26th. So shout out to him. We are still celebrating you. Happy birthday. No, not 26. I'm sorry. 25th. Why am I getting this wrong? Now she's giving me the meme. Why am I getting this wrong? His birthday was not on the 26th. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking too much. But yeah, shout out to you, baby boy. Happy birthday. Don't be a hater, Joy. He's the best. And don't tell the rest of the babies, okay? Mhm. But Aquarius are the best. Guys, welcome to Let's Talk with Miss B. Always our goal is to show positivity within our youth. Within LIB, we want to be that example. We might not be perfect, perfect. And my birthday, of course, it's coming up. My birthday is February 10th, but as always, every year I start to celebrate every January. Guys, this year I don't even think I was that vocal about my birthday yet. But you know what? I've been way too busy. But anyways, welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. Well, all seriousness, we want to say shout out to you. We pray that God protects each and every one of you that had a birthday and still birthday to come. We pray for a very successful year, and I pray that you guys' heart desire be fulfilled. In Jesus' name, amen. But yeah, welcome back. I'm just here. Um, like chit chatting. Salome said, "Happy pre-birthday to the most beautiful."
No, I was on the phone working with
Aww, thank you. Salome saying, "Happy pre-birthday to me." Thank you. Anybody who say I'm not cool, they're lying. Look,
Salome, how you gonna be praising your auntie like that or your mom like that? How you gonna be praising you like that? You got to wear no way you want to show you and you won't. That's the reason. Well, happy pre-birthday to my baby sister. May God continue to bless you. February 10 is almost here. So
yeah.
yes, I mean, see when I say more China. I don't watch China. They're rushing the wall. Why is they rushing the wall?
Trying not play though. Um, but I'm just doing some due diligence here. Just I checked all the pages were live. Are you streaming live on yours too?
I just share it. I didn't stream live on it. I just share it.
Oh no. Give me one moment.
I only share it. I didn't stream it. Yeah.
Ah, that little boy just woke up. I had to lock myself in here.
Yeah,
Why did he wake up?
that's the thing you're supposed to do is lock yourself so he just stay by himself.
Right. I had to lie. I just his dad always says that, but I always forget. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Where's everybody else?
Where
Well,
they
all
are,
the people that were making muffin in that chat there.
you don't want to come in. You don't want to come on. So you got 2.5 followers. Wow.
Huh?
I said you got 2.5 followers. That's amazing. And why can most of even if we have just 5% of that 2.5 follower will be a great show though.
Right, right. I mean, we've actually really been growing. Um, I think most people are watching after works, which is not bad too. But guys, I need you guys to share the show. I told you guys to put me to 5, but yeah, I'm still joking. Y'all share this stuff. Share, 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 share. We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly, we're getting there. We will get there.
Yo, we have approximately 7 minutes. Because I'm gonna be on the show just for an hour though.
Right, we are. We're going to do. I know we always say an hour, and then we always run
Yeah,
over.
you got those who always come late, they always want to disturb us. That's a problem with them.
Right. So we gotta respect our audience as well too. Um, do cohabitation.
But we'll take it. Only make boss. Sorry.
No worries. All right, guys, we're about to get started. Yeah, the time differences, yeah, it's actually affecting us, but we'll fix it soon. We'll get there. We'll get there. Guys, we're just doing our little due diligence here. We're gonna start exactly at 9 o'clock. One person's trying to come in. Of course. You guys drum roll. Jimmy is here. Woo!
You will,
Welcome, Jimmy.
you will come late and you want to take the whole time to talk.
Ah, they're ready to fight me.
See, I'm not going to talk to anyone who is behind camera. Who is behind camera?
I'm
This is
waiting, Liwe, you. I
becoming
will not even respond to you. Say, Liwe, you. I don't get your chance. I don't even see you. Say,
this is becoming a new normal. If you don't have time to come on the show, stay. You don't have to come
Eh,
here. You don't have to come here.
eh,
my lect, my lect, my
eh.
lect, my lecting is bad. So that's the reason, man.
I know. I don't care about the lightning. I call it. Just make sure you have your camera on.
I already know your attitude towards me already. So I don't care. Say,
Anyway, happy belated birthday again.
you want my birthday gift? Thank you anyway.
Oh my God. And now you have this love and I don't know what type of relationship this is. It's like, anyway, happy birthday. My birthday coming up. Hi, yeah. It's just like Christmas. Hi.
Oh,
On birthday, I will not be fighting people like some people did. Even on the even on their birthday, they were all fighting people.
who fucked somebody on a birthday?
I didn't call your name.
But I'm not talking to you two either.
Well, let me just say this. I was actually gonna comment on Jimmy post, but I said no. You know what? I'll wait for this. I'll wait for this show. So let me think, yeah, boo. Hey, I guess somebody who love me. But Jimmy, y'all, I said Jimmy was still on inside. I just want one praise Jimmy. I see why Jimmy can come here and talk the talk he talk. He have an Aquarius wife, and that sister is very, very beautiful. Jimmy, you know what? Well done, brother. You have eyes. Hmm. You have eyes. Say
By the
something like,
way, Fee, you look good tonight, as always.
Don't say you
thank
look good
you.
tonight. She's always good. Our family, there's no ugly person in our family. But you look good tonight.
Thank you. I received that. Oh my God. The
Wearing the
two of
glasses, say
you.
I'm handsome. Take out the glasses, I'm still handsome.
You being on this show, you did not compliment your sister.
Were you here first? Did you come here first?
I've
You
been
just
following the
coming.
show in the. I've been
No,
following the show.
no.
I've been following the show in the back.
Listen,
All,
if you come to church late,
all the time
if
she
you come to
wish
church, no,
she
hold it there,
wish
hold
the
it there.
whole world happy birthday
No.
From January 1st to
So
January 23rd. I listen to everything.
so listen to me. If you come to church late, don't raise any song or chorus that the choir have already sung.
You haven't said anything, my man. You haven't said anything.
You lie, you lie, you lie, you lie. Big black
Oh,
lie.
thank you. Yeah.
You know it's an insult to tell your elder that they lie.
Remember,
Eh,
beer where your owner imitate where you say. I got me. My beer is white. I guess one white thing is strange in my beer. Now
My
you
brother, my brother, long beard doesn't mean that Berego is older than cow.
my man, see the
eh.
string, the white string in the beer. What kind of man is this? Try to respect me too, man.
By the way, Fee, how is Salome?
Salome doing what? Salome in the comment section tonight. Salome sharing. Salome share the show to all your group name in your Facebook, please,
How she
man.
won't share when she expecting something to come out again.
Salome needs to come on the show. She need to find a time and come on the show so that we can ask her question to all the questions that she asked her that day, as though it was our last day on. If you're not interact with us again,
Salome should be in church now,
she
by now.
needs she needs to come here and answer some of those questions.
She should be in church by now, though.
Follow me. No, those questions were very, very necessary. Um, I really enjoyed those questions, even though I was so tired. Oh my God. But we got through those questions. I'm sharing it to all the groups I'm in. Oh my goodness.
I think it's almost time. It's 9 o'clock already. I think we need to I'm here for
Yes,
another hour.
guys, it is. Let me yeah, read that last one before we get started. Read that last one bit here.
Look, Ijor, leave Andrew alone because I know that Andrew you're referring to because he sits here and and intentionally offend everybody that joined this show, and
You're welcome. About
whereby
to get started.
he is the president of the Latecomer Association.
Not.
So my
Oh,
brother, what
goodness.
do you call it, on his behalf, I
How can I
extend
be
his
your co-host?
apology.
How can I be your co-host and be coming late? It's unfortunate you lying.
There are many shows here that we can go back to and play, and and see you Johnny 30 minutes late or almost close to the end of the show. Then you come with excuse that is able to swallow the whole world.
So I'm saying I have an hour here to leave. So by 9:45, 10 o'clock, I should be out of this place right now.
Yes, sir. Let's get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. I'm your host. We got our co-host and our panelists. I just let him say hi to you guys real quick, and then we jump into tonight's topic. Who wants to go first?
Tell the co-host go.
Well,
Co-host.
again, it's good to be here again tonight on another edition of the program. Let's talk with Miss Fee. And tonight, like we said, we want to look at our thoughts on living together before marriage. We want to know whether you are in support of it, and should there be limited time set for marriage. Those are questions to be answering tonight right here on our platform here. Let's talk with Miss Fee. And together we all will discuss this thing. I mean, the essence of this show is to discuss issues relating to our society, where we can come up with solution and advise our people up there. And that's the reason why we come here every Saturday evening to be able to discuss Saturday and Sunday evening to be able to discuss issues. And so on that note, my name is Andrew. I'm your co-host. I want to welcome every one of you to this edition of our program, like Talk with Makes Fee. And I mean, everybody, welcome. Jimmy, welcome.
Jimmy Donna.
Jimmy, welcome.
I rather feel welcome me than you.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you're gonna
Welcome,
be
welcome, Jimmy.
that's your business.
We
I know
got
that.
Leroy in the building tonight. Leroy, share the show. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. We got Jimmy in the building. Jimmy, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who are watching.
Well, to our listeners and viewers, especially those who are following right now and those who will follow later, my name is Jimmy Kiazolu, as you can see on your screen, and I'm a panelist on this show, and I'm happy to be here every Saturday and Sunday nights, and I look forward to our fascinating discussion tonight. As the two hosts have gone behind camera.
Sorry, my son running all around this house. That's a good graphic. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I almost fell. All right, thank you so much for introducing yourself. Thank you guys. If it's your first time watching, we just want to welcome you. We say thank you for coming and join us tonight's topic. We're talking about cohabitation before marriage. Basically, the topic says, what are your thoughts on living together before marriage? If you're in support of that, of it, should there be a limited time set for marriage? And if you cannot continue watching live on Facebook, you can also watch live on YouTube as well. Yeah, so welcome tonight. My thought on this, I'm just gonna get it started with. I honestly feel like people should cohabitate in the modern world based on like.
Fee, can you go back to the screen or to your edit area and edit the the marriage? I think you made a you made a typo error there with
Oh,
marriage.
okay. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, just look, you will see it
I
instead
was
of
trying to type this.
I think you have.
I can't even see it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not that one.
So
Okay, this last one, right? Let's see.
did you see it?
Okay.
Okay. A G
Marriage.
E.
Oh, oh yeah, I see that. Sorry, guys. Thank you for catching that. Appreciate it.
Yep, you work.
All right. All right, guys. Is it showing now? Is it good? Yeah, I think I fixed it. All right. Sorry, I was trying to type fast on this thing. I didn't catch that, but I'm glad you catch that. But yeah, guys, welcome to the show. So, I'm just gonna briefly share my thoughts on this. Based on the society that we find ourselves in, I do believe that people should cohabitate. One, because there are so many things to find out about an individual. Not that living together, you're gonna immediately find out um, who this person is. I don't think that's how you basically that's the only time you're going to learn about people. I think you can still learn about people with them living on their own separately, but I think if you're deciding to get married and taking that next step, I think people should cohabitate, especially if you're engaged. I think there should be a time spent set for marriage if you guys have decided, if you're engaged and you've decided to move in together, because what happened is a lot of people will say that, yeah, when you start living together, you find yourself together, having children, living together for 10 years plus and still no marriage. But I think it just depends on the individual. I think if you set your boundaries and you guys are on the same page and you're engaged, why not? You're about to get married anyways. Why not live together to learn the ins and outs? I think it really gave you a preview of who the individual that you're possibly going to spend the rest of your life with, especially if you're planning on having children, if you guys are deciding on purchasing a home. That's another way to save money instead of you paying somewhere, two different locations, you know. So for now, I'm just gonna keep my answers to that. I do believe that people should live together before they make that final marriage decisions, because it can save you a lot of time and headache in the future. But I also think if I was the one doing it, I also think you should, I would say, let's just say we were getting married and we had already set a date for our marriage. Like most people set 2 years for the marriage to plan for that. I think, yeah, you should do that, and that should be the time spent. And in between there, if you decide that the marriage can hold, that give you a chance to see whatever it is that you need to see before you can get into something and end up dissolving a relationship that involves your family emotionally. It can be disturbing for your family, especially after spending all that money. So I definitely did it that way. So I know people might think that's kind of biased, but that's just my mindset for that. So I will let the co-host or Jimmy, I'll let you take it on co-host behind the blinds right now.
No, he's here. He's here. Let him go
All
ahead.
right. So co-host is on to you. Just briefly, I just gave my thoughts on this topic quickly. But yeah, that's my thought on this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fee, for this. Just a minute, please.
All right, Jimmy. Oh, okay, he's coming back. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Uh,
Yes, Zero.
uh, I think there's a brilliant topic that we need to discuss, and I think I will share the same a view with you, but from another perspective. I believe that cohabitating is good, but it has its own advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
And I want us to be focusing on the advantages and the disadvantages in cohabitating.
Right.
Now, people consider these things to be good. Others says no. From the Christian arena, somebody will say, well, it's not good for a man and a woman to live together before marriage. Well, biblically, they will say no. But socially, somebody will say, well, I have to live with her. I got to understand her. I got to know who he or she is before we get into marriage. Because marriage, somebody says, marriage, the wedding is just 30 minutes. But the marriage is more than 30 years, it's 30 years plus. So on that note, you need to weigh in, you need to consider in why both of you live together. Because if people will say, well, you don't understand the person until before you start to live together. You not understand who Fee is until you start to live with Fee. Neither of you will know who I am actually until she starts to live with me. That's the time we reveal our real self. Me, I think it is good that we cohabitate, live together, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or a year. But I wouldn't think it should go beyond 2 years someone to cohabitate before marriage. Because the advantage in there is you understand who I am, I understand who you are, I know your do's, I know your don'ts. I know all your likes and dislikes, all those things, that you appreciate, you like. I will understand you yourself, you understand me too. But they have some disadvantages in it too as well, which we're going to go into it when we come back later to say a lot on it. But I will share with you, yes, it is good for a man and a woman to live together before marriage so they can understand each other, know who Andrew is, know who Felicia is, know who Jimmy is, so before they get into marriage. But on the aspect of what are the advantages into it or the disadvantages into it, and my own thoughts about it, why should people do it? I'm going to expand on that when Brother Jimmy concludes his thoughts on this show tonight.
All right, that goes to you.
You know, I don't like when this guy call my name on this show. But anyway, we are here.
We're gonna work together as a team.
I don't even have time for him, whatever he says.
You know, living together has living together before marriage has both advantage and advantages and disadvantages. Living together is good in a sense that, and this is the advantage part, it's good in the sense that you get to know each other way better than you when you are not living together. There's this saying that says come and spend time with me is different from come and live with me, or come let's live together. Okay. So one of the advantages of living together is that you you both get to know each other better. All right. You excuse me. You will you will have the opportunity to know the person like and dislike. You know, um how they sleep in bed, whether they snow or not. You know, there are some people who don't like when they're sleeping and then the next person by them is snowing. And those little things count in a relationship. So that's one of the good things about living together before marriage. Okay. The other side is the disadvantage is it make it makes the it may, you know, it may make the next person, or I mean the male partner, some male partner, it may make them slower or weak in advancing to the next level, because once you start living together, somebody may feel like, um you know, we already living together, we're doing what married people are doing. You know, like the person said, you know, men feel complacent, you know, and because of that, it becomes difficult for you to move to the next level. And this is where I frown at living together. So I, I give it back to you and let me
Okay.
hear the next.
I mean, that's a good point. And, men feeling complacent. I can also think that women also are at fault as well, too. They might feel complacent, too, in, moving further as well. I think it just depends on the individual. Like, for what I said, for me, the reason I support this, I think when a couple is already engaged, it is easier and you already have um a time set for marriage and you already know this is the route that you're going, this is when I think it's okay for you to cohabitate. But if you're just boyfriend or girlfriend, you have never ever spoken about marriage or how to build your life together and things like that, I think that's I wouldn't advise that. I don't think. And if you're doing that, I with the mindset of possibly getting married, just and I think that's what most people end up doing. The guy or whoever is asking to live with each other may think that, okay, because you're asking me, that means you want us to go to the next level. And I think women also are at fault at this as well, because we will assume a lot in our mind, and I don't want to speak for all women, but I've seen this a lot with a lot of people and things that I've read. You hear them, oh no, he never told me, but from the way he behaved and he acted, and he asked me to move in, so I just assumed that one day we would get married. I think it should be very like spelled out. Like for me, when I did it, I know it's kind of like spelled out. This was something that we discussed and we knew exactly this is where we're going to end up. We want to have children and this is how we're going to go about it. And, it might not work for everybody, but I think for the most part in our society, everybody, majority, a lot of people cohabitate mostly financial reasons. One is easier, it saves you a lot of money instead of um paying on two areas, especially with rent being so heavily expensive. I think a lot of people do that, but we have our other panelists joining us. Anna is joining us. I'm just gonna have her give her first take on this topic. Hey, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey everybody,
Hi. Why do you sound like that?
I'm not feeling too well today. Um,
Oh, do you want to go take a rest?
no, it's fine. I'll just give my input, but I'll be in and out.
Okay. All right.
So I think that cohabiting is not necessarily a bad thing before marriage, but it has its advantages and disadvantages. So the advantage of cohabiting is that you get to see some of the things that the person would be doing if you guys were married. And it also helps you see if there are any red flags that you cannot tolerate once you guys get married. uh, and then the disadvantage is that once you cohabit with someone, they might get too comfortable and be reluctant to marry you as a lady. And it can also cause like a break in communication, especially if you guys were living apart. If your love was stronger then, and when you guys move together and then you see each other's flaws, it may cause a lot of breach in your communication and affect your relationship and your bond. So I think that everybody, before you cohabit with someone, you have to weigh your option. What do you want from that cohabit? You should be ready for any consequences. So for a lady, if you're
Anna,
going in,
I don't know, but you sounding like really low from my end. I don't know if the audience have the same.
I said, can you hear me?
I can hear her just fine. I don't know if everybody else can.
Okay.
I was saying that when you're cohabiting, it has its advantages and disadvantages. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll manage.
Yeah. So I think that before people move into cohabiting with people, they have to know what they want. They have to communicate with the other person what they're hoping to achieve in that cohabiting. Some people may want to get to study the person that they're planning to marry or be with before they move in with before they get married. It gives people the opportunity to get to see the flaws or things that they can tolerate from the other person. But also in your mind, you should also know that if you guys don't get along, you guys may not end up getting married. So I just think that before people move into living together without being married, they should have goals that they want to achieve from that cohabit, and they should set a timeline when they think their goal has to be achieved for them to stay cohabited. If you're trying to marry somebody and he tells you, I want to marry you within 6 months, and you stay with him for 3 months and he doesn't marry you, you should tell yourself that this is not what I want. I'll move out. Don't sit there and wait, and then years are passing by and he's taking advantage of you. So there should definitely be a timeline at the beginning before you guys even move in together, and you guys should each have your goal, what you're trying to achieve from staying together before you do it.
Thank you. That is a really good point, and I agree with you on that. I honestly think before you even live together, you should have already talked about marriage. Not just talked about it, you should be engaged. That's just my thing. And if you're not engaged, that's something that is planned to happen within the next few months. Um, Jimmy, do you have anything else to add? What are some of those advantages for cohabitating?
Um, Actually, from a personal point of view,
Mhm.
there are no other disadvantage other than um making the next person feel complacent to move to the next level. And then another one will be for the women when you start to bear children, with a man that has not married you, you have no guarantee that those children will be raised by the both of you until until eternity. So
Right.
yes, because we have seen that a lot. People live together for years. They have children together, and at the end of the day, a man will see another woman, in about few months, in just around few months, and he married that woman and leaving the woman that he has spent and bear a lot of children by. So that's one of the competitive disadvantage, unfortunately. So because of that, I would say I wouldn't advise any woman to live with a man who is not, or who hasn't paid a bride price, who hasn't even do a traditional marriage, which is also considered a marriage for you. I wouldn't advise. And I'm speaking from an honest opinion as a man. As a woman, do not go live with any man that you are not married to. Even engagement is not, it's not a guarantee, because engagement is, I call engagement layaway. You know, you just taking it from the shelf, you know, and put it on the side and say, hey, I got interest in this. I'm going to come back for it.
It
Okay.
appears to be like a blank check.
And and it is not guaranteed whether you will go back for it. Okay. So don't say, oh, that my man, I call it, we engage so we can live together. No, sis. Engagement can be broken.
So can I
It,
can I can I jump in real quick?
of
So
course, of course, like we
engagement,
always do. Jump in.
Jimmy, be nice to me. I'm the only lady on this show.
No one told
I
your
just
partner
wanna
not to run away.
no, because you said you guys are coming for what I said when I said engagement. So that's why I want to kind of like butt in real quick. So engagement, I said engagement. If you've already have a set date that you're already in the planning process of of your marriage, I think you can live together because that way you'll save a lot of money. But if it's not set in stone, there are people who engage, get married right away, or people live together and they get comfortable for a long time. I think as a woman, it's better for you to I think each individual in general get complacent in that aspect of living together because now the man feel like he has someone who can do the domestic work, which happen most of the time, and the woman feels like, oh, she has a man, she's already secured one, she's off the market, and now she's not planning all these things in her head. So I think engagement is kind of like, okay, you really want us to take it to the next level, so this is what we're doing. And I absolutely agree with you guys, it's kind of like putting them on the shelf and waiting. But I think it just depends on the individual that's doing that. If you've already had a longer relationship before you got engaged, and you guys know you're taking to the next step, like for me, like I told you guys, I did that. So it worked out for me. I don't know if it'll work out for everybody else, but that's something that I knew exactly what I wanted, and I put my cards on the table. And of course, before we move in together, my family knew about who my husband was, and and things like that. We talked about it, And I had already set my time within a year. If we live together, I don't see this, I'm out. So for me, I already know exactly what I want. I don't know about everybody else, but I wanted to see what I want to see before I could move any further. So that worked for me. Um, Sorry, Jimmy, I just wanted to
Okay,
clear that up.
let me just come into to that. I'm seeing the comment that
There you go.
engagement
There you go.
engagement before moving in together is a recipe for disaster.
Right, it is.
I beg to differ on that. I think, yeah, I beg to differ. Leroy, sorry to say, but that's my opinion, right? I beg to differ on that. That before, engagement moving into together before is a recipe for disaster. Well, it sounds like a blank check, like I talked before, right? But the point here is, look, like everyone who have been saying, before you move in with a gentleman or a lady, there should be an organized system issue. Okay, how am I moving on, with you? Why are we moving together? And he or she tells you the reason why you people are moving together. And we have started, most of the advantages that we have is to know the person, know who this person is, understand each other before we get into marriage. I think engagement wouldn't be disastrous to me, but it will also serve as a pace. It will serve as a guaranteed, not 100% guaranteed, that this
Right,
relationship is going to hold, but it will show some set of assurance to this person. Well, I'm engaged to to get married to me, because both of you have to set goals. Both of you got to discuss why you got moving together. And you say, look, we will move together. We're going to live together for maybe a year and a half or two. And then while we're together, we'll be planning our future life, get married. But in the absence of that, it will be dangerous for both of you to live together. But the point here, talking about engaging, it will serve as a disaster for me. Like I said, I beg to differ. It serves as a guarantee, being not 100%, but it's an assurance that both of you can make some plans and come together to become somebody. But then look at the disadvantage part, that about that whole thing. It is true that everyone have been saying here today, right? There will be complacency in the relationship. I'm not tying this to only the man. But some women will say, oh, but him and I we're living together already, want to bring Maria out, I'm ready to marry it. The man will say, oh, well, we're doing everything married couple have done. So why should we get married again? So the both of you there
right,
bearing children, and the 10 years gone. And then at the end of the day, this gentleman or this lady just dash the relationship, dash the hope of somebody. That's the hope of somebody, and at the end of the day, it runs out. So, in my view, is that you both of you have to understand each other, set your goals, why both of you want to be together. When that is established between the both of you, then you guys move in together. Like I'm saying, and Leroy, I will come back to your point. Engagement is not entirely an assurance. No, it wouldn't help. But it will also
right,
serve as an assurance, not 100%, but to one of the partner, well, at least I'm comfortable that at least
right.
you engage me. Why the shoot now? There was people who engage people in a running band, the engagement ring will be on the latest finger for the next 4 5 doing is settling down. So it brings me to the point wherein we have to talk about, should there be a time frame set in a marriage? Leroy, you said no. No, not Leroy. Someone said no, not necessarily true. Fine. It is true. You don't have to set a time frame, right? To get married. But you need to discuss it. You need to discuss it. If you say we need setting time frame, what the essence of not setting time frame, then why before you together? You need to set a time to say, look, we are together, we're living together, but can we set a time when we think we're going to get married? We know it varies from individual to individual. But
I agree.
any relationship you get in without a clear definition of that relationship bound to suffer. So instead of the relationship suffering, what the both of you should do, you need to plan it properly and cross all your T's and dot your R's. In the absence of that, you're gonna crash land. That relationship gonna crash land. Either from the woman or the man. I'm not a
I
relationship
agree.
expert, but I understand these things are happening in social world. People do these things. It happens. The guy will see a lady at the end of the day. Oh well, he has no interest in his fiancée no longer. He jumped near that woman, or the woman see the man. At the end of the day, that relationship will crumble only because no one has committed themselves to doing what is right. I give it back to you, Felicia, the next.
What, Jimmy? Jimmy, you can go ahead and complete your thoughts. Sorry, we can't hear you. I think you're still mute.
Yeah, so what I said is that engagement should not encourage any female to go live with a man, because engagement is not a promise of marriage. It's an intent. It's an intent, declaration of an intent. That's what engagement is. And it can be broken. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So don't use engagement as a yardstick to go live with a man, because when that man,
Point of correction, let me interject a bit. We are not
Yeah.
saying it is a yardstick to go live with a man or a woman. No, we are not
Thank
saying that.
you.
Or in my view, I said it's showing like an assurance that both of you are understanding each other. Why it is true, it is not a guarantee, it's not an assurance fully that well, this guy's going to get married, but it shows some low level of commitment by one either
Yeah.
the partner. That's the point we're
And
trying
then,
to
and then
stress.
also your family becomes involved, because once you're engaged, your
Andrew,
family's involved.
Andrew and Fee, I understand you very well. I understand you very well.
Oh, okay.
But a man can engage you and you still live with your parent, or you still live by yourself until he marries you.
I agree. I
So
Being
absolutely
engaged,
agree.
how both of you agree, but how both of you going to understand each other
being
in terms
engaged
of
by the
nurturing the
man,
relationship?
Andrew, wait now. Being engaged by the man is not a guarantee.
Of course.
It's not a guarantee that that man will marry you.
Agree. We are not
Of
saying that it's a
course.
guarantee,
It's a declaration of intent that
Yes.
I have interest
but it's
in
also
marrying
it's some
you.
surety and commitment to the relationship too as well by one partner.
So Jamie, let me ask Lyra, welcome to the show. Sorry, I'm gonna let you speak shortly. Let me
Yeah,
ask you a question, right?
yeah, yeah.
Let's say I wasn't engaged to somebody, right? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna set an example. And then he's like financially, like we all know a lot of boyfriend, girlfriends are moving in with each other for financial reasons, right? Uh they're moving in together without that commitment there. When you're engaged, and what I'm saying is, of course, you can live with your family without doing that. But most engaged couple, and nowadays people are engaged for years. I think if you're engaged, it should only be a year. That's just my opinion. But when you're engaged, that's kind of like families involved. That person has made their intent, but they've also made a commitment to you, saying that, we've been dating for a while and I'm committed to this and I want to see it to the next level. For me, in my situation, we've seen it to the next level, and I want us to move in together. We're already gonna get married, right? That's the topic that's brought to you, right? But then you're like, okay, if I'm not having any guarantee that you're not going to be together, why should I move in together? If you're not just boyfriend and girlfriend, I don't advise people to move in together, in general, right? But if you're going to do it, I think for me, the safety net is one, I'm engaged. We've already planned on how long we're engaged for. We're in the process of planning our wedding and creating our life together. In that event, I support that living together. But until then, if you don't have that, you're just casual boyfriend and girlfriend, I don't think you should live together, period.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And fee, you know, um, being engaged and
Mhm.
paying of dowry, they are two different things. They are not mates.
But that's part of it too. When you're
Okay.
engaged and someone pay your diary, isn't that
When,
part of it?
when someone pays your dowry, according to our tradition, it's a form of marriage.
But that's an engagement in our culture. So
No,
that's two
no,
culture
no,
different. No, 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 no.
no.
I
See,
disagree.
let me
That's
tell
a
you
two
what. Let
culture
me tell you what
differences in the
engagement
US.
is.
No,
Le-
hold on one second. In the US, when people are engaged, that's their tradition. That's like going to the parents and asking their hand in marriage. In Africa, when you go pay dowry, you're asking for their hand in marriage. That so then you're talking about two different cultures here.
Okay, but here is it. Oh,
Uh-huh.
here is it. In Africa, if a man pays your dowry
Uh-huh.
today, and you have the right to go live with that man.
I didn't know that other culture. I mean,
Okay.
I grew up
When the
here,
man
but I
pays
don't
your
really know
dowry,
much about that.
when the
So,
man pays your dowry, it is accepted as a form of marriage. You both can
okay.
live together. You both can live together. So, if you go live with that man, and and something happen, you just can walk away.
So then I guess I was married before.
Yes, yes.
The
If
brother, the
someone
brother
pays
is
your dowry
right.
before, if
All
look
right, let's not.
in a real African tradition, if someone pays your dowry before,
Mhm.
and that man, or how to call it, and that man, maybe things did not work out between you, that man have to come back to your parent
But it's
and
the
say,
same. It's the same though. That's American
no.
culture. Joyce, you can click on that link and then come on the show. But
Here is it with the American culture, with engagement.
Mhm.
I can walk, to a restaurant today and engage and kneel down before my girlfriend or my fiance or whatever, and ask her, will you marry me?
No, before that happens, the guy actually, actual American tradition for marriage, the guy has met with the family and has shown his intent to get married, that he wants to marry the wife and he need consent from the father. That's how that works. How the whole event or things set up, that's like a whole formality of it that they do. But the
Okay,
culture actually of the US is like it's kind. That's why I said
but
it's kind
here
of
is
like
it.
African thing too.
Fee, this is where I want you to get it. But
Uh-huh.
the man going to declare his intention to your parent,
Mhm.
it's not a form of marriage. It's just it's just a form of introducing himself, and telling his intent
And that's
for
your
the
opinion. That's
daughter.
okay. That's
No,
your opinion. That's
it's not
okay.
opinion.
No,
It's not
no,
opinion.
because
It's
I
not
could
opinion.
believe,
If
I
that
could
man
believe.
buys a ring, if that man buys a ring and put it, and asks you, will you marry me?
No,
And
no,
you
no.
say,
See, maybe you're not clearly understanding me, right? If and Lyra, I'm sorry, you're gonna come on shortly. If let's just say my brother wanted to marry your sister, right?
mm-hmm,
Per American culture, they've been dating for a while. Maybe
mm-hmm,
the max in American culture I've seen, right? If they're dating for about, it could be anything from 6 months to 2 years, right? If they're dating, you will start hearing the family, oh, when are you guys getting married? When is this happening? That's what typically happens. The guy get introduced and he comes. It's not like he's introduction. This is after introduction. He will come on another time, come to the father and the mother and say, hey, me and Felicia has been dating for a while, as you guys know. We would love to get married, but I need your consent that it's okay for me to ask your daughter hand in marriage. That's American culture, from my understanding and what I have
and
actually seen.
let me tell you, that is
Yeah.
the same procedure in Africa. You,
But
you know
that's what
what
I
used to
was trying
happen?
to tell you
You
then.
know what used to happen? Yes, but let me tell you now, I call it
Uh-huh.
engagement is not it's not a form of marriage. It's just a declaration of intent.
I didn't say
Okay,
that was a
okay.
form of marriage. That's
It
why I
is
said you're
not
not
guaranteed.
understanding.
It is not guaranteed. It is not guaranteed.
I
But
never said it
the
was.
man just tell you his intention that I want to marry you, and this is an evidence of my intent, which is the ring. put that
Okay,
ring on.
I'll agree to disagree. I'll agree to disagree. I think we're gonna keep going. If I'll agree to disagree, that's fine.
Well,
Leroy, what's
so
your
Yeah,
thought?
Jimmy wouldn't agree with that. Jimmy would still want to be going back and forth on this issue. But
because
no one is saying.
yes, Andrew, I
I'm
call it
coming, Jimmy. I'm coming.
because
I'm coming, Jimmy.
because
I'm coming,
my
Jimmy.
man.
Jimmy,
Every
I'm
time
coming.
I'm speaking, either you interrupt me or fee
No,
interrupt me. So
no.
let me lay my point, and then you
But
can
what
come
there's
in
one may all
with
host and
yours.
co-host respectively. We need to interrupt you to erect a checkpoint when you are saying something. No,
Okay, but then when you interrupt me, give me my time back.
we do. We normally do that. But the point here we're trying to say is that if the person say, "Oh," and the person nailed down to the lady, "Oh, okay, will you marry me?" And the person say, "Oh, yes, I do." That is a sign of commitment. Someone is committing themselves or to something. We are
Okay.
not saying it's guaranteed that both of you will get married. We are not saying that should give you the opportunity or we give you the means to go and live in with the person. That's not what we're saying. But if living with the person follows, it gives you the understanding of each
Of
other.
where you're heading.
It gives you where you're
And
heading.
I agree.
But so
And
if
I
I'm
did
in
not disagree
Jerusalem,
to
if I'm
that.
in Jerusalem and you
I did not disagree to that.
and you in Egypt, how do both of us understand each other?
What I'm saying here is
Mm-hmm.
that commitment can be broken and nobody will be held liable for it.
And we agree with
We
that, but
agree.
you
We are
keep
not saying
Okay,
repeating
that.
it.
so we are saying the same thing, but you're making it. I call it. Seems like we're saying different things. Okay, engagement should not serve as a base of encouragement to go live with a man who have not officially married you. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'm encouraging somebody watching
Okay,
this
Okay.
video.
let Leroy give his thoughts on those. Leroy is supporting Jimmy indirectly, but let him give his thought. Let's see what happens.
This
Leroy, welcome
guy,
to the show.
yeah, I don't call it. Let D-Rock comes in.
So yeah, good evening to you.
Good
Uh,
evening. How are you?
good, good. This is a very brilliant topic. I love it, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
having the opportunity to join. Um, yeah. So yes, like I said, I love the topic, and what I mentioned earlier.
Hmm.
Yes. Um, um. Well, let me see here. I'm starting to lose my train of thought. But anyways, let me go to what I commented earlier when I said engaging the person before moving in with them is a recipe of disaster. Because the
Right.
thing is, you really don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. The get to you when you move in with somebody is when you really get to know that individual, whether this person don't tolerate, you know, certain things. You get to know the ins and outs, the yes and no. Now, that's the good thing about getting to know that individual before proceeding to the next step. Now, if you ignore all that and you say, oh, because we're boyfriend and girlfriend, or I come to spend time with you over the weekend and we're chilling and I like how the vibe is going. So because of that, I think you're gonna make a good partner. So I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That is dangerous because that little time you spend with each other is not enough, to actually know each other. You notice how sometimes things are going well when y'all don't live together. The person just come visit, y'all chill. Even the person can come there and have half of their wardrobe in your closet, and they come, they cook for you, and the person go home, and then you do the same thing. You have half of yours at their house as well. And then you chill there, you come, you go to work. All of that might seems nice until one of you choose to move in with the other person. Then after a month or two, person start catching attitude. You notice that periodically this person face will start getting frowned up, and you here wondering what's going on. I mean, there are things like that. It happens. It happens. That is just a clear indication that you really didn't take the time to know there's certain things that person may have, how under their sleeve, or that they weren't showing you. And now that you're moved in together, you're now seeing it. So these things, it happens. That's why it's very, very crucial to move in with each other and then get to know each other. Maybe after a year or a year and a half, I wouldn't really specifically put a time frame to that because, like I said earlier in the comment section, it varies. Now, just what if, all right, I love this girl very much, right? But
Mhm.
there is something she does that's just a turn off. But the good outweighs the bad. So I said, you know what? Maybe we can work on this. Let me give her a year or two. Maybe she will change. Maybe she will be the woman that I want her to be, you know. So it takes time. You can say just because you move in, it should be 2 years, or after the ring gets there. Well, when the ring gets there, yes, that's because in your head, you already know you're heading in the right direction. But before you give that girl the ring, make sure you know what you're doing. And don't put the ring there until she moves in and y'all get to know each other. And you're certain. Because what you're trying to do is eliminate the possibility of divorce after you have walked down the aisle. And you don't want to say, oh, because it's not promised, it's not certain, after the engagement, oh, you can go and change your mind because technically she's on layaway. No, you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. You don't want to cancel no engagement because now, like Fifi said, but then the family are already involved. It will be very disrespectful and embarrassing, and a lot of emotions here will be involved because that girl or that man might be hurt. So don't mislead somebody and then cut off the relationship or the engagement because you somehow feel some kind of way later on down the road. So that's why studying each other is very, very important. To me, it's the most significant aspect of the whole process. So that's just my little two cents. All this I just said, they're just my opinion. But once again, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Lyra. I appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad you came on to expand on your comment. And I actually agree, but I have a quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What would you tell people that actually date living separately for 2 years and say, "Oh, this is my soulmate," and they get engaged? Isn't that a recipe for disaster too?
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you're living separately and everything is going good. But you don't really know that person like you think you do until after you get engaged, and then later on you guys get married. Then that person start losing all the skeletons from the closet. Then you're like, but wait a minute. Well,
Leroy,
we
Okay.
all
you're
did.
making a point, but I think that would be considered as a deception into the relationship. That you will
Right.
Well,
have all your
don't you
flaws at the
think
end of
it's
the day
possible
and
that
start to unleash it after you people have come together. I
Uh,
think
uh,
that would be
uh,
deception in a relationship.
That happens a lot, actually.
it happens?
can
It
I
a
interject a
lot.
little bit?
And that's why it's very important to live together. If you and
Okay.
I live together, and especially in the period of maybe 1 to 2 years, if even you having something so bad, some kind of way, somehow I will find out. If I
So,
cannot find out within that time frame, that means you purposely really hide it from me. And
okay.
that will prevent
So
it.
quick question. We have Joyce on the show tonight. Thank you for
Mhm.
joining. But quick question, right? So basically, you're saying that if you met an individual within 3 months or 6 months, you guys should, if you know you want to be serious. For me, my dating period was from 0 to 6 months. If I don't see anything, I'm out.
Okay.
So basically, you're saying I'm just gonna use my metrics, right?
Mhm.
I was within 6 months. If I was talking to you, I didn't see consistency. I didn't see anything like that. We didn't spend a lot of time together where you actually show that you were interested in. And I was dating for marriage. I wasn't dating to just date.
Okay.
So if you're in that aspect, right?
Mhm.
And it's 6 months and I am the woman, right? I feel like, okay, you're somebody that I can possibly see spending my life with. And
Mhm.
then the gentleman, you're saying that in that case, I should move in with him, or I should just say, okay, I can see you together. We date for like maybe a year or two. Then we decide to move in together. Is that what you're saying?
So this is the thing.
Mhm.
And I noticed a lot of women that do this. They
Yeah,
was they have this idea
right.
in their head. They plan it out. By the
That's
time
why I'm asking
this
you that.
no, for real. They plan it out and all that stuff. By the time this have to happen, this how about the person involved? It has to be a mutual thing, right?
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. So how about the husband or the boyfriend at the time now?
Mhm.
Because that's what we start from before we get to marriage. So how about
Right.
the man? Is that what he wanted? Like, okay, 6 months from now, for us from us getting to know each other, talking, let's escalate this to the next level.
Right.
Because if it's not what he wants, but it's your idea, then that's where the problems start to occur.
Exactly. For
You
me,
know?
I used to spell it out. I said, I'm not
Mhm.
dating just to date. I'm
Okay.
dating for marriage. So if
Mhm.
you're not marriage minded and you're not interested in that, and please don't waste my time.
Right.
Like, so
So
I spell it
the
out.
get go, you spelled it out, and that was good. And if that's what he wanted, and he agreed
Right.
with it, then fine. So then after 6 months, he should start gearing up towards that path because that
Right.
was the original understanding and
Right. So that
agreement.
was my thing. But some
Mhm.
people might pressure into that and do it just because, okay, this woman is nice and that's what it is. So that's why I'm saying, like we had already intended, my family was met and it was discussed. This is what we're interested in. And that went from there. And we both knew what we had set our commitment. But
Mhm.
for me, I just feel like a lot of people jump into cohabitating because one, for financial reasons. Oh, it'll be cheaper for us to live together. Oh, you're spending too much money. Oh, all that. Oh, one day we'll get married. Maybe we should say, no, I don't think that's it. For
Yeah.
me, the reason I said that engagement because of the process of it. One, you should be able to meet my family and spell it out as a man and say, hey, Felicia is the woman for me, and that's the woman I want to get married to in the next few months. This is where I see our life because ideally I look at marriage as from the biblical standpoint. So I need a man to be able to know that this is what he wants and I'm the woman for him. So in that situation, that's why I said if you're engaged, then it's okay for you to move in because you already know within the next few months you're about to make that commitment publicly. But I think engagement is kind of like you already made that commitment in the with your family out there and it's already been agreed, where you're just putting the ring on it, that's just formality of it, like in front of everybody. The same thing how I feel is wedding. I never had a wedding, you know, because I just think it's just a formality of it that people think like, you want to do it big so everybody see that. So each their own. But I just think if a God is engaging you, that doesn't guarantee that you're married, but it's setting a tune to your relationship that he's committed and he's seeing something further than just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's give Joel the thought that she come in and make a comment too.
Right. Hey, Joyce, welcome to the show for the first time. You're actually joining in the dark. So, what is your take on the topic tonight?
Um, First of all, I'm against living together before marriage.
Okay.
God bless you. God bless you.
One fact, I am an African from Liberia,
Mhm.
and I'm not stereotyping, but most often people live together for over 5, 6 years, and at the end of the day, they wasn't meant to be, and they break it off. And I
Right.
feel that that's a setback. And with people living together because of financial struggle or financial issue, I don't think it should be the motive of living together, because it's
Right.
more like a roommate. If I'm
Right.
going to rent with a lady, we both getting an apartment, meaning she can do whatever she want to do, I can do whatever I want to do, because we both split the rent at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So if the two people together deem it necessary, like what you said, if you have a goal, if you guys discuss it, but our culture, a lot of time we don't have those difficult discussion,
Right.
so it backfire in our faces at times. Because if you guys sit and have this discussion, how do you see us in 4 5 years from now? If you think that it's gonna work out and you guys are working on it, fine. If you have a goal, oh, let's live together. I'm gonna go introduce myself to your people, and we tell them we are going to get married. Then with that, I could understand a little bit, because it's the same thing like what happens back home. We have the engagement, we have the direct, and we have the white wedding we do that you get certificate from ACA Center.
That's a
Back
lot.
home, back home we got two official marriages. One is the traditional, which is like the diary. The diary is not an engagement; it's actually a wedding.
Okay.
Just because you don't wear a white gown, it doesn't make it less important than the white gown wedding. The only difference,
Ijo, let me just come on, let me inject something in there. Do you
okay,
also know that paying your dowry is also disadvantageous to you too as a person when it comes to the marriage? Because the law says that the first wedding supersedes the latter. So if I got engaged to you, I pay your dowry, and I also carry to the altar, the law tells me that the first wedding that I engaged you, which I sign a certificate on by paying your dowry, gives me the right to also remarry or get married to more than two wives.
yeah, Andrew, I was actually coming to
Th-
that.
th- That is a different part. That is a
I was
different part.
actually coming
Let
to
us not
that.
drag the conversation into that.
I was actually coming to that. With the traditional marriage in Liberia, the dowry payment marriage, you get certificate from internal affair. That certificate you can get married to as many partner as you wish. But with getting the certificate from ACA Center, ACA, the government of Liberia only give you one of those certificates, meaning you cannot marry another person and obtain a certificate from ACA Center. But A traditional marriage or dowry payment is actually a marriage. After that, Fifi, you can live with your partner. Before the Western civilization, that was the only marriage in Africa, in Liberia, even in Nigeria. They always do their traditional stuff before the like. Right now, people do like three different weddings. They do the traditional wedding, they do that white wedding in the church, and they also do the court wedding.
I did my core wedding. That's it. I'm not doing extra stuff.
Why
Yeah,
all the headaches? Why all the
because
headaches? Why
that's
all the
your
rush?
Right.
because that's your preference. Like our culture is different. When you come to America, like I have classmates, I have co-workers who didn't even tell their parents they were getting married. They just went,
Which I
oh
think is
hey,
wrong.
hey,
That's
I'm like,
wrong.
no, but that's their culture. We cannot judge them because we are not part of their culture. All we can do is accept it as it is.
Right, but I'm just telling you that was not the typical American culture. The
Times are
family is always
changing.
that's a modern culture now. That's
All
like
right.
the
Times
modern
So
culture.
times are
can we?
changing, people and things are evolving. So things that used to like when our grandparents were coming up, they had different way of doing things. They never even knew about phone. Right now, everyone on phone. Even our children born to their own phone. So times are changing. We have to get used to it.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, that's not the quote unquote traditional American culture. That was not that. That's like modern society culture now that's like being mainstream and just doing whatever, you know. But the typical
So
American culture is like the father is like ideally talked to, the mom is there in support of what decision the father says to give away his daughter hand in marriage. That was the quote unquote American culture when it came to marriage.
do you
But
know?
now mainstream media have changed everything. Everybody has rights, so they do whatever they want.
Yeah. Do you know if we have to stick with just our own tradition, the white
Hmm.
wedding, dressing all in white, looking just a spirit, all that thing that will not necessarily be relevant. You just
Right.
go and meet the papa and the oma then, and you do the right thing. You make the diary payment. I don't know how much used to be the diary payment back in the day. I know somebody
I
said,
think it's $43.
oh,
$48.
$43.
It's
$48.
for
$48.
$48.
$48.
See,
$48.
I know all of that thing. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
that would have just been like the marriage period.
And I would
Do
advise
that.
my daughter to go that route.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, can I come in now?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody want to do the wet
Why
the
you keep
wet.
forcing your way in the place? You can't wait to call you before you come in.
But I already
Because
when the
Guys,
because
we have a guest. Leroy, go ahead, please. Sorry.
so if we wanted to join the Western tradition by doing
Right.
the white wedding, we want to do that, but we don't understand the people thing. Do you know that it is the bride's father that's supposed to pay for the wedding?
Yeah.
All right. So we over here, we just jump in the people thing. We're not even saying know the in and out about it. But this junior, they be all in our pocket then for us to fund the wedding.
Yeah,
So
I
we
will prepare my
understand.
diary.
Okay,
What do they want? Let
Lira,
go.
Lira,
Let her the beach. They go to the beach. Let do they want.
Lira,
Oh, my
can I
papa,
Yeah,
say
let me
something?
My
prepare the
people
wedding.
are already get Jimmy Chin. I ain't though.
yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, Lira, comparing the Western tradition with the lady parents paying for the wedding, I think we have similar thing like that when it comes to Liberia traditional wedding because the lady parents make the food and the program is here in their home.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the well wedding, everyone has their own preference.
No, mama, no. You can come take some of it that favors you and then leave the one that not favor you.
That's why I say everyone got their own preference. Some people will sit and both family will sit and have a discussion. Okay, this family gonna take this portion of it. This family gonna take this portion of it. Some people will say, "Oh no, he married me. He's gonna pay all the money." And most of y'all African men, I'm not stereotyping, but when the lady sponsor that wedding, I didn't even want her. She don't. You see, she don't enforce and marry me. You'll be
No,
saying
no,
that.
no.
Oh, that's an immature
We're
individual.
Oh,
talking
it happens,
about
Fifi.
we're talking about what is supposed to be and not what some people want. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What is
Everyone
really
got preference. It depends. That's what I'm saying. I said earlier that we African, we really don't sit and actually discuss things the way it's supposed to be. Like I remember when my sister-in-law was getting married, I told my mother-in-law, Pody, I said, "It's your daughter who getting married. You need to dress her." And
okay?
she called her two sons. They discussed how they were going to dress her daughter for her wedding.
Is
For
the papier alive?
why?
Is the fathers alive? The girl's father?
Yeah, but if I say the mother, the two people I want. So if the mother buying the daughter wedding gown, the money can go in the papi pocket.
Like I said earlier, the people the way their tradition work, that the like papiers are also fund the wedding.
All right,
No,
Jimmy.
you just said Papa's supposed
But
to perform the wedding when okay, why if two of us work and me and my husband working, we got one account and our daughters getting married. So if my husband get money, you say only he won't work for it. No.
no, but you know how we African do it. When anything happen, we say, oh, la the husband, you know. You say, oh, la the husband sponsor it.
Times are changing.
Okay.
Before our grandmother used to stay at home all day, take care of the home, take care of the children. The papa didn't go and work. But then rent was $50. Now rent is $2,000, so everybody gotta work.
2,500, girl. What you living?
So I don't know, get anybody have high blood pressure. Rent is $2,000 now, so everyone gotta work.
Yeah.
Before only the father used to work and people were surviving. But
Mm,
times are changing.
you're right. You're right.
All right, Jimmy. What's your info?
Uncle
Sorry.
Jimmy, sorry, sorry, Papa.
You see,
Yeah,
Jimmy said, "Girl, I ain't got me beat
yeah.
No,
somebody
Jimmy
up."
said
Oh.
getting
Sorry,
Let
Papa.
Jimmy
married.
Sorry, I
let
don't
let
mean to.
let Jimmy wait. Jimmy,
No,
go ahead.
guys, I'm not mad though. That's just ugliness, you know.
Look at it there.
Yeah,
All
it's
right, family,
ugliness.
y'all go now. I'll be watching from the comment section.
All right. Thank you so much, Leroy. We
Oh, oh
appreciate you coming on.
Ijo Elisi Naka.
Jimmy, what you gotta say? What you gotta say?
Uh, all right. So I hear people talking about um, traditional, the American, and this that. Look, let's go back to the real topic.
What's
This
the
li-
real topic?
this living together thing is the main thing that
Yes,
have
But
that
but
have
that's
today
but that's what we're
caused
discussing.
more females
me that man, please.
that have caused more females to be
Single mothers.
single mothers with lots of children.
Yes.
So you really
You
advise
see,
that the people should live together. They should cohabitate before getting married.
listen, we should not also use living together because you want to get to know each other as for an excuse. Nobody knows anybody 100%.
Agree.
Right.
Even people who have been married for years, the men still there are things. Look, every situation reveal a different side of every human being.
Of course.
So you cannot predict to know or to know how this person will respond to certain thing until it happens. However, it is good to know each other, but not in a way that you are moving in. Listen, come for weekends and go back. Go on vacation together. Okay? Yeah, go out. There are other means that you can get to know your partner without them living with you while you guys are not married. And I believe the reason we are having this discussion is for some young girl or some young
Yeah,
boy to learn from it so that they can make the mistake
So so
that
so
they
of
are
course.
what would
that they are
drive the
about to
growth?
make.
What would drive that commitment into the relationship, that bond? What will hold them together? What you
Let me
think will
tell you.
hold them together?
Mr. Andrew, living together, let me tell you, both party has problem with that. Like I have one of my classmates, I was just talking to her on Friday. She have her boyfriend, they got 3 kids, they got a house, they living together. So I'm like, why you guys not getting married? She said, oh, because it's easier to walk away when you're not married.
Yes, that's what I was
Why
gonna tell you
why
the disadvantage.
so
The disadvantage of that.
why you born 3 children by him
So why are you
and
saying
bought
that
a
if having
house
3 children by somebody
and
buy a house and
living
it's
with
easier to
him?
walk away? Waste of time of your life.
That's why people are not, because there's no commitment there, right?
There is
That's
no
why
commitment.
I
Look,
said, that's why I said, if
Andrew.
I'm engaged and I know I already said well, I'm planning in the process with my family to get married and we already have it going, I am okay with moving in together so we can save that extra money to purchase a home or whatsoever. But the fact that you
Okay.
and I boyfriend, girlfriend, we buying a house
So
together
so so
and we're
so
not married, no, I'm not
And you're
doing that.
having
Sorry.
children together because
Right. I'm not,
anytime you
no.
here is the
anytime you
thing.
can walk
I
away.
call it. I call it. Here is the thing. Fee.
Uh-huh.
Um, the I call it the
I don't
issue
know
of
what's
moving
happening.
together because we want to save money to do
We're
this to do.
already engaged. We're planning our wedding. We're in the process of that. Why not?
No.
You guys are technically roommates.
You
No,
guys.
because I feel like, okay, so you have your wedding day set, right? Right? And you're paying towards the hall, your family's contributing to that and everything. And you're here paying a $2,000 at your apartment. The other person paid $2,000 apartment, right? Why in that few months of you planning that wedding and doing that, why not live together? I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think the
In the
problem
first
is
place,
people
Fee.
get, huh?
In the first place, Fee.
Mm-hmm.
It is not advisable to meet a guy and then you want him to marry you in 6 months.
No, 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 no. See, that's
Uh,
why I said the confusion was between you and I. Me and somebody, let's just say you've dated for a year or two. The guy said, I want us to move to the next level, our relationship. We've been together. This is why I said you didn't understand where I was coming from. You dated for X amount of years or 2 years. To me, that's the max you should live together for a person to know. I mean, date for a person, for a guy to say, okay, after 2 years, that's too long. For me, 6 months. If I don't see that you're serious, you're that, I walk away. That was me. I'm not saying go put a ring on my finger, let's get married in 6 months. No. But I'm saying that if you're vetting me, you should be vetting me based on marriage mindset. You should have a marriage mindset. After that, we date for a year or two, and we know that this is how long we want to date for us to get married. After that, we've already engaged. We met both parents. Both parents know that, hey, this is the date we set for us to get married, and we're getting married, and we're in the process of that planning. I can move in and I will move in with my partner so that way we save that extra money for us to be able to start our life right after our marriage. That's
all right.
where I'm coming from with this engagement part.
And I understand. I understand.
Right.
I understand.
Hmm.
But here is my take.
Hmm.
You may not agree with mine,
That's
you
fine.
know,
That's why I love this show. Everybody has their
very
opinion.
good.
Right.
Okay. Um, 6 months
Hmm.
is not time enough to plan a wedding if that man didn't have, anything before proposing to you.
But it depends on the type of wedding you're having, right?
I'm coming now. I'm coming. Yeah, the constant. So so
Hmm.
if the man tells you, I want to marry you,
Hmm.
he engaged you. Okay. Now Yes, I know you have your time frame that you engage in me. 6 months is enough for us to get married.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
Yes, and that's you. But now in our case, so when we speaking, let us speak it general. Let us not keep it. Let us not restrict it. All
But there
right.
are other people who
So
also believe in that aspect as well that I believe in, that may just want to go to the court and have a wedding there and have a reception at home and call it a day. There are also people who may want to wait for 2 years because they've planned this, they want to be a princess and they want this grand party. And that's okay. But I'm sharing my opinion on what I would do if I was in that situation. And that's why I'm saying it in that way. So I can't say general
yeah.
based off of that. So you will share that and you will share that. But
So
what I would say, if you're boyfriend and girlfriend and there is no commitment there and you don't have that like most women is in their head, oh, one day we'll get married, he's nice, he treat me this way. No, if he didn't spell it out and tell you, that's my opinion. I'm telling you, no, I'm not gonna move in. But in a situation where there is all these things line up where you feel comfortable enough to do that, why not?
all
I
right,
mean, he would dump you
Sophie,
along the way because there was no commitment in the
y'all
process.
give me
He would
time.
dump you.
Y'all give me chance. Let me talk now.
But you
All right,
talking, you
go
don't want
ahead.
to
I mean,
conclude.
having a conversation.
We having a conversation, but by the time I open my mouth, somebody join in. I open my mouth, the other
Yeah, so
person join
probably
in.
if you
Then
say
All
something
I
right,
that
will make
go
my
call
own
ahead.
for
contribution
communication,
now.
we're gonna do that.
No, if you coming in, if you coming in, ask me question. But you can
Let's
you
ask
But
you
can't come
Jimmy,
in
follow
and
Jimmy,
up,
take two,
follow
three
up, and
minutes and
follow up.
and
Kind of
make
put
a
a question.
comment.
No, I don't.
no,
No,
but
I will
Jimmy,
I
ask
I
don't
you
don't know
before you
what's
bring your
happening
point of view.
tonight,
I,
but it's like
I don't get it.
you say something based on what
Yeah.
we say,
If you
and we're
want to make a
responding to that.
if you want to make a rebuttal, let me in. Then you come in with your rebuttal. But
Probably
I
I don't
But
can't
know.
be
you,
Give
in
my
there's
say
flight.
no,
my thought,
Then you
so
come
I will
in.
come in quick. Go
I mean,
ahead,
you
Jimmy.
pause though. But anyways, I'll mute myself. You can go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I will wait for the next round.
I mean, there's no round anymore because we're about to end the
It's been
show. That's where
concluded.
we're trying to have a conversation to see where we can end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then let's do it that way. I'll wait.
Waiting on what? So let you go and give a concluding statement, though.
All
I'll
right.
wait.
Hey, Joyce, can you give your concluding statement?
Yeah. Let's go
Uh,
to our concluding statement.
all in all, people shouldn't live together if they have no plans of getting married and progressing. So if they think that it won't work, let them not live together. Like what Vivi said, if you guys are already planning your wedding, they're getting a hall, getting this, getting that. I think if you could move in to start setting up your place, but if you're not on a roll of moving things forward in life, I think that you shouldn't live together. It's not like, oh, we living together to accept each other, like accept each other for what? This person can come over, spend time. Y'all can go on dates. You can have fun things together without living together. Because once you start living together, it just bring that bad energy of people feel complacent. Like, oh, we already living together. She washing my clothes. She cooking for me. She doing it. What next? Oh, we already living together. She come wherever you wanna come home. Like, people should get married and live together. That's just it. Thank you guys for
Right.
having me on your
You're
show. I
welcome. Thank
appreciate it.
you.
But don't
And
go.
then
You
also, they will
better
say,
stay
and
ahead with
break, don't
conclude before
fix
you
it.
go to.
Andrew, I'm still here. I don't you two are here. You're cracking me up. I'm still here.
Okay, that's good. Good, be there, please. Jimmy, go ahead.
All right. So I will go back to my beginning statement. that I said living together before marriage has advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is you get to know some things about a person, and the disadvantage is some people get complacent to move the relationship to the next level. Do not, as a female, do not live or do not practice to live or do not um, assume to live with a man if that man have not paid your dowry or had not married you. Even if he engages you, it doesn't give a ground that he will marry you. It's just an intent declaration of intent that I like you and I would like to be with you. And if a man engages you, if a man engages you as a woman, always ask him, how long is it going to take for us to get married? Because most of the time in our African setting, women feel that it is wrong to ask a man when he's going to marry you. No, it is not wrong. You just don't want to be on layaway for the rest of your life. And tomorrow that man leaves you and meet a girl in 6 months' time and marry them. When the man doesn't engage you, I mean he doesn't direct you or marry you, don't go living with him. Go spend time and come back home. Go to vacation together and come back home. Go out to eat. There are many activities that, partners can get involved with and know each other before getting married. Living together before marriage should not be an option. Don't practice it. Learn from other people's mistake. Learn from other people's mistake. And while you are still behind, I call it, you are still not living together. Be careful. Don't have a child by a man who hasn't married you. Because that's the reason why today we have so many single mothers. So many single mothers. Because most women feel that having a baby for a man may cause that man to marry you. And a lot of women have made that mistake. Learn from their mistake. Don't have a child by a man that is not going to marry you. Every woman who knows herself can take care of herself and not have unwanted pregnancy. Take care of yourself. Know your body. Every woman knows their body, should know their body. Know when to get involved with intimacy that will cause pregnancy and when not to. Let us try to rewrite the story of baby mama, and make it my husband and my wife, our children, our son, our daughter. So if you are a young woman and a young man listening to this show, let you be advised. Be advised that don't living with somebody because you don't want to pay, the bills you are paying is too much. It's not a good idea. Learn to live where your budget can afford and where you will be very comfortable, to take care of yourself. Don't live above your income, or else you will stress yourself, and as a result, you will go live with somebody as roommate, and you think both of you are husband and wife. No, you only doing that because you want to cut down expenses, and in doing so, you may be hurt, deeply hurt in the end. Don't practice it. Don't practice it. If your paycheck every month, if your paycheck every month, is 1,500, find find a room and live in it by yourself. Rent a room in somebody's house where you will live in it and sleep sound and still have some money to spend on yourself and do other things. Don't go rent an apartment that will cost you 1,700, and your monthly income is, I call it, is 1,500, because those are some of the things that rush women to live with other, I call it, to live with men, because they want to save costs. So tonight, I want to thank you, Fee. I want to thank you, Andrew. I want to thank you, Ejor. I want to thank you, Anna, that was here with us. I want to thank Lira, who was also here tonight, for the contribution that you guys made to the show tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you on that. Definitely. So Andrew, want to take it on?
Yeah, and thank you so much. Thank you to every one of you who were here today. Thank you to Ejor. Thank you to my
No
first
problem.
mate, Jimmy. Thank you to Lira, who was here earlier, and Anantu as well. Thank you,
Guys,
every one
your
of
name
you.
is L Joy.
I say El Joe. Sorry. Okay.
Uh,
EL. Okay. El Joe. I cannot pronounce it. That's why I'm pronouncing it.
We know where that name came
Joe.
from.
who know you know?
El Joe. Okay. El Joe. EO. Wow. What I seen yet. Okay. But it was a great show. It was a great show tonight. And I think uh, everybody made, very great points. And I'm taking this home with me, right? I think is my thought on this. I don't think it's an issue. The lady and a man will live together before they get married. From my thesis statement during the introduction of the show, I made it very clear that living together has disadvantages and advantages. But before you live together, both of you should understand each other. You should sit and discuss the plan. There should be goals. There should be reason to why people living together in a short period, and then you should have a time frame. We are living together. When do you expect to make this thing right? We are not perfect though, but do you expect us to make it right in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months? Someone says, well, 6 months is too short or so to go on. Fine, it may be short, but it depends on the both of you. What plans, what mechanism you both are going to put together to accomplish the 6 or 1 year plan? Because even you said 6 months and you don't work towards it, you said 3 years, you don't work towards it, you said 4 years, you don't work towards it. Obviously, it will be a dead on arrival issue. So the best thing for you to understand now, we said the disadvantage. Well, men and women will be complacent. Nobody want to make the move. Nobody want to say anything. But somebody should take the initiative. Somebody should take the bull by the horn so that the process can start moving on. Living together has an advantage. If he said it, like other people will say, well, it is true. Maybe you want to share the bill. Maybe what I'm earning, what you earning, we will put it together. Someone got to share the bills. Okay, you take care of the food in the house. I'll take care of the rent. I'll take care of this one. It's going to help to mitigate some key expenses in the house. But living together before marriage for me, I said as a beginning, well, it is advisable, but it has its own disadvantages and advantages too. But both of you need to sit together, discuss this thing, and have a future plan. When are you expecting to do this particular thing? Any absence of that, I advise you to be on your lane, stay wherever you are until one person decide to say, look, this is what we need to do, and we accept it. On that note, I want to rest my case and turn it over to you, Fee. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow. I will be here until you conclude. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thanks everybody. Thank you for that. I absolutely appreciate it. Before I complete my statement, I just want to say thank you guys for the contribution, and I appreciate each and every one of you opinion. Like we said, disclaimer: we're not relationship experts on here. We're sharing our opinion, and we are here to learn from each other. And sometimes it will be difficult conversation, but we have to have it. With that being said, I still stand on what I said. One, I have a daughter and I have a son. If my daughter came to me and said, "Oh, mommy, this is my boyfriend, girlfriend, my boyfriend. We're in high school. I mean, we're in college, and we live by ourselves. We're gonna get married one day, though." but we want to live together, I will tell her no. No, no, no. The reason for that is because one, I don't see any commitment there to make me tell my daughter, yeah, go and live with this guy. That's a recipe for disaster to me. If my daughter is going to go live with someone who I, as a parent, have never really gotten an intent, have never spoken to you, and she don't even know, there's no guarantee that his family or my or us as her family even know where this relationship is heading. So I would say no. Secondly, living together as a couple that have already established a relationship. And, Jimmy said something. He said that a man can meet a woman within 3 months and he get married to them. Why? Because he saw something that he wanted. So what is the difference with someone who engaged you that you've dated for X amount of months or a year and you move in together and know that this is what they want? What is the difference? That is just my opinion. So if you can do that in 3 months or live with someone within 3 years and still not get married, that's a disaster. The reason I agree that there should be a time span, because one, within that time span, you've already learned one, how this person spending habits is. Wedding planning is not fun. I went through that and I literally canceled my wedding. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna do court. So in that process, if you guys can really get along or figure out in that moment, then what's the point of being together? But with that being said, I just want to say these are some of the advantages of you living together. One, even though it's a huge financial saving, but also is it's easy. It's kind of like it's easy for you to actually decide, okay, maybe this is now who this individual said he is. So we're about to end the show. Tucker, do you want he wants to come on?
No, he can come on now. I mean, we
Yeah,
gotta
we're
spend
can
our
you
time
put
with
your
them
comment,
tomorrow.
can you leave your comment in the comment section? We're about to go. I'm just giving the last closing statement. One, you can be convinced that this person, I don't think you should spend more than a year living with a man that hasn't decided that he wants to marry you and that you guys are moving forward. And two, within that year, you should not, and I'll repeat it, should not get pregnant, because I think most of the issues that happen is women get pregnant in these type of relationship, and now it becomes like, okay, well, we're gonna get married one day anyway, and now I'm pregnant already. Since it's not right now, when he decides, then we will get that done. No, I think you should be able to understand your body, like Jamie said. You should know that if you know be you can't protect yourself from that, then maybe you shouldn't live together. Yeah, yeah, you should come on tomorrow, join tomorrow. You shouldn't live together, but for all the young women out there, just because your boyfriend and girlfriend does not give you room to live in. I said it's plenty of time on this show. I don't believe in boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't even think, honestly, it doesn't matter how long you live together. If this person don't want you to know them, you're not going to know them. They can keep that all to themselves. It's just about spelling out your relationship from the beginning, knowing where you're working towards, where you guys are heading. Then you can do that. There are husband and wife who are living like roommate. They're sharing bills. You pay this, I pay half, and pay half. So what's the difference of that? But all I'm saying is, know that this individual is committed to you. You're heading somewhere. There's a time span within a year. If you know you cannot, for me, I will give it a year. Within a year, you learn that they don't know how to save money. They're not even good with money. You're the one stuck with paying all the rent because they're irresponsible and not even trying to learn to do it. I will cut off a wedding in 2 seconds because of that. So I'm just telling everybody, I don't think it's wrong to live together. Like our co-host said, it just depends on how well you have actually discussed this. And it doesn't mean that living together, that means you have to stay there forever. No. And some of the disadvantages is that one, nobody's committed. It's free for all. You can walk out anytime you want to, and nobody holds you responsible for that. And then two, you don't have to answer to the Lord. You can just walk out. And two, um, you learn so much about that individual, but at the same time, they're not even responsible to talk to you about their daily lives, because one, they're not committed to you. You're not their wife. You can't tell them don't come in, come out at this time or whatsoever. That if they don't want to talk about it, that's their problem. But then that give you the chance to walk out if you want to. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of your comment. Like everybody else, Joy said, don't living together, because the man might get complacent. I think women too get complacent too, because they will say, if it's not broken, why are we fixing it? Most women these days, and I will say this, in our African community, they will say, let's live together for government assistance purposes. So what like, okay, let's have our children and get assistance from the government. People are doing that. There's so many things happening. So who are me to say, yeah, don't live together or whatsoever? Whatever works for you, you do that. But for me, I think if you're engaged, you're in the process of that, you're building a family, you're about to even make a bigger commitment by purchasing a home and things like that, then you should know you're heading to marriage before you do that. And I rest my case. And this brings me to our next topic. I think we should talk about, should you get married when you're pregnant? Because that happened a lot in our African community. They're always making you get married because you're pregnant. What do you guys think? Should we talk about that?
Not now. It can be now though.
No, not now. I'm saying we will make that a topic.
Yeah, so we can discuss it in the chat room and see whether
Yeah.
we can make sense out of it. And then
I
So
I
you
don't
guys
think
keep it cordial, be discussing.
Huh?
I don't think that should be a topic for discussion, because those are not universal condition, or should not serve as universal condition for marriage.
No, it
Those are
happened a
traditional.
lot.
Those are traditional purpose, because some family want to save their face. Yeah.
Well, we'll discuss that, but actually, it happened in American culture too, sadly. Let me tell you that now. It's
But
a
yeah, I
worldwide
mean,
issue.
when I say tradition, I'm not only talking about African. There's American tradition
Okay.
also. There's American culture. There's African culture. So let us not always, think when we talk about tradition is only our African side.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, next time, Mr. Talk, who's gonna buy me a car?
okay. See you guys. Thank you for joining.
Thank
We'll
you
meet you
guys
guys
so
on
much. I
tomorrow.
will see you tomorrow. We will be here at
Bye
8:30.
bye,
Thank
Jimmy. Bye
you.
bye, Jimmy.
Bye bye, Jimmy.
Oh,
Bye
You
bye,
guys, you
yeah.
Eljoy.
guys need to,
Bye
y'all
bye,
need to
fee.
work on the
Oh,
term
you can
I,
say
for
bye bye to me.
Liberian.
Eljo, bye bye.
Y'all need to work on the term for Liberian's audience because the
Yeah, I
term
mean
is for sleeping.
we've been discussing that, but I don't know. We need. I mean, on certain weekends we need to find time. Maybe we'll come on early. But some people in Minnesota, they 1 hour difference. So like, whole day they will be passing around. What they're doing, nobody knows. But I think we need
We'll
to.
talk about that,
I
guys.
think we need
For
to
me, pa,
adjust
Pepe Ma.
we need to adjust that time to fit in for the library people to follow us.
Library people, they love me. They'll be sharing my page. They can still watch the show after it runs.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
sometimes we
So,
need them.
when you get
Sometimes we
live
need them on
audience,
live to follow because it's about almost 3 a.m. In it's almost 4 a.m. in Liberia though.
but
So
tomorrow I want us to come live in the afternoon. We'll discuss that. I'll let you guys know.
yeah, come in the corner. Let's discuss it.
All right. I'll see you on the other side.
See you show.
All right, bye. Bye, guys. Thank you.